But for people that don't know, another little part of Robert Mason's history that's really interesting is Robert Mason.
I paint, I sculpt, I write poetry.
Robert Mason was on tour with Ozzy Osbourne.
The one and only.
As a backing man behind the curtain singer.
Yes.
The Osmosis tour?
That even now gets laughs out in your audience here.
There is somebody chuckled at it. I don't know why that's funny, because I think it's much better. I've said this many, many times.
Ma'am, stop laughing.
If you need help live, whether it's backing vocal, lead vocal, whatever, I think it's much better to have a human being doing it than what so many bands today, which is running tracks and machines and loops and all that sort of stuff and fake recordings. So talk about that experience. That was Joe Holmes, the guitar player on that show?
Yes, it was the Osmosis record that Zach had recorded, and then it was Dean Castronova on drums on the record. And Dean had started the tour, but Joe Holmes was hired to be the guitar player. So when I got on the... Okay, I'll tell the story.
Joe Holmes is a beast of a guitar player. Gosh, super underrated in the history of Ozzy because he didn't do a studio record.
Sweetheart of a guy and a weapon on guitar. You're right. And my Starbucks buddy every morning, just like Trujillo. When Trujillo got the band, was like my go-to find a boxing gym or something to go work out.
Yeah.
So Oz, to his credit, Oz and Sharon decided that in order to not use any, like you said, anything canned or pre-recorded. Now, this is 95. So remember, sampling and everything wasn't
technology
what it was.
may not have even been there.
John Sinclair was our keyboard player. I know you know who John is. John had tried to fire off a couple of samples, but it's anybody who understands that knows it has its limitations. So by the time I got in the band, Sharon calls and says, "Look, he really wants you to sing live vocals because we knew some of the same people in common." She called around a couple of studios, Keith Olsen, Max Norman, blah, 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 producers, and my name came up a few times. So the next call was to my house, and she said, "Look, we're going to be gone for a year. It's this whole world tour. Will you come and do it?" And there are very few people that I would go do that for. Honestly, I hate to sound like a jerk to say that, but there are very few, and he's one of them. And I said, come on, when am I not going to do that? Yes. A couple of weeks later, I was on a plane to Copenhagen or Stockholm or something like that. I walked in, did the first sound check. And
what are you being asked to do? Are you being asked to cover lead vocal, sing choruses, do everything, be there on mic the whole time? You're told you're not going to be seen. You're in a booth or something in the back?
I wasn't told that initially, but when I got, in country, when I got to camp.
Whatever you do not let this guy be seen.
Look at the guy, he's hideous. Well, they put me behind. If you've ever watched a concert, you see the big sub-bass cabinets off to your left.
You were
right.
in a bass cabinet?
I was behind them. These are the jokes, kids. I don't dance much. It's radio. They put me behind the subs. They built me a little ISO booth and a monitor. They asked me, "What do you want to sing through? What do you want to listen through?" I was like, "I'm easy." Give me
so
if
Ozzy was having a bad night, are you on the lead vocal the whole time?
No,
what are you doing?
I was hired as a background vocalist. Ed, did Ozzy know?
Did Ozzy know?
That's not even right. Of course he knew.
Who's this blonde guy in the bass cabinet singing with a microphone?
Who's the blonde geezer?
The blonde geezer.
What's going on?
Did you have much interaction with Ozzy?
All the time.
You did?
First sound check. Okay, I think it was Copenhagen. So I fly in, from Phoenix. 2-3 flights and no sleep, and I go to sleep for a few hours. I have a wake-up call, and a car picks me up on the other side of the world, and I race to the arena, and I walk in. They make me a laminate. You take your picture, a little Polaroid back in the day, and put you on a laminate. And I see Ozzy's like, I get a call from Sharon. She says, "You don't have to sing the first night if you don't want to." I was like, "I kind of know all the songs. I'll do it." It's like, "Well, okay, but you're here, and it's like an hour before showtime. Just watch the show and enjoy." So I did that. I watched the show and I enjoyed. All right, Ed, you want breaking news that no one's ever heard before? I didn't even say this in the LA Weekly, I think, interview last year. That was the first time I ever talked about this.
Trunk Nation exclusive. Here we go.
This is serious and no bullshit. I'm backstage. I see Randy Castillo, who I know and love for years anyway. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" I meet Geezer Butler, who's on the tour at the time. I'm like, "What? I'm on stage with half of Black Sabbath." Then I get told I'm not on stage. That's not the joke. All right, that is the joke. But I walk in and they make me a little booth, and I get a call. I get called into production. I pick up a phone, and it's Sharon. She says, I'll paraphrase, "Robert, I know we're gonna pay you for the week. I'll pay you double. It turns out everything's going to work out. Everything's fine. We don't need you, basically. And we're going to, this is, honest to God, I had just flown from Phoenix, St. Louis, LaGuardia, Stockholm, Copenhagen. All in one shot, got off a plane, slept through 3 hours, woke up. I'm at my first show. She's sending me home. Honest to God. And I said, Sharon, and I'm like, like I said, no sleep, and I have a lot of East Coast attitude on me right now. And I said, Sharon, I just flew all this way. Pay me or not, let me do one gig. If I don't do tonight, I'll watch the show. I'll do exactly as you ask. Let me talk to Oz in the morning. Let me do sound check. If you, honest to God, don't want me, let me know tomorrow. Will you do that? And I didn't get a straight answer from her. I was, okay, well, and I thought I was going home. I hung up the phone. I walk in, and clearly, I'll be dead honest, I'm despondent.
Sure.
And I look and I see Randy. Randy's like, brother, what's going on? I was like, I think I just got the TH, the ticket home. Like, I don't know, am I taking a bus?
I've never heard that before.
Come on.
Is that tour lingo when
Yes.
you fire from a band? The TH.
That is when you've been very, very
Dee
bad
Snider's
on tour.
given people the TH before, I can tell. We're going to ask Dee. In a minute, we're going to get Dee Snider in here. Or maybe Dee's been given the TH. I don't know.
No, come on now. He's admiring the art in the House of Blues. Leave the guy alone. My God. So Randy looks at me and goes, fuck no. And that's a direct quote from, my dear
late
friend,
Randy Castillo,
Randy Castillo. He walks in, he's like, right now, you and me, we're going to see the boss. I'm like, all right. I walk in, I see Oz. He's like, hey, man. He's like, hey, Randy explains it, because I didn't even know what to say to the guy. First thing out of Ozzy's mouth is, fuck no. Can you stay? I'm like, I'm in. I'm staying. I was like, and exactly what I said. He said, do sound check tomorrow. Hang out tonight. Enjoy the show. I'll talk to you after. And after, we spoke for a minute, and he said, okay, well, you are here. Let's do sound check. We did sound check the next day. We did one song. He looks at me, 2 thumbs up. He goes, you're in. And I'm done. And I was there for the next year.
Amazing. A Year with Ozzy, Behind the Curtain, Robert Mason. That's the title of your book, Behind the Curtain with Ozzy. A Year Behind the Curtain with Ozzy.
Please ignore the man behind
Oh, my
the curtain.
God. Well, listen, man, amazing stories. Robert's history is incredible. Great singer.
Thank you.
Check out the second.